gosh, we haven't checked in a while.
Yeah, I'm getting over the world's longest sinusitis attack, or that's how it feels to me.
Annette's been sick for a month, you guys. For somebody, really, we haven't been sick very often. When we were doing those long distance trails, we didn't get sick one bit. 3 years, we did not get sick. And all of a sudden, Annette gets that sickness and is sick for a month.
Oh man, it's been unbelievable.
Still not 100%. Anyway, so we're still, nothing exciting going on here. I mean, there's some exciting stuff, but I'm still in Pueblo. My dad's rehabbing from his broken hip. He's doing fabulous. I'm still helping. And my brother came down, and that was fun. He helped and hung out with him. Annette's going back and forth from Springs to Pueblo, doing stuff. And we're out here hiking in the prairies right now, doing our training.
Feels good to be outside. We're mindful of the fact that we need to be training.
Yep. So we have been trying to, I'm using some of my time. So, you know, basically we're lifting, we're hiking, and we're biking, and we're just trying to train like that. I'm using some of my time of trying to plan our adventures for 2023. So I got the Arizona Trail book.
Yep.
Kind of planning that. Talked to Michelle from the Rim to Rim Club. We met on Instagram. She gave us some great information about getting to the Grand Canyon.
I'm sending our tent back in, the one that had the broken tent poles.
Yeah, so we're getting a tent.
Trying to get some of that stuff done.
I had to get a couple of new buckles on my backpack because they broke. I've had it since 2016. I love that pack, and ULA is just awesome. They sent me a couple new buckles. We're just getting stuff kind of fixed up. And we're kind of thinking, so we're kind of planning on doing the Arizona Trail in March and April, and then come back maybe to Colorado and train for 2 months before the RAGBRAI, it's windy, the RAGBRAI bike ride, and then our Europe trip. So we're kind of trying to plan our Europe trip. And I was kind of thinking about doing like the Juliana Trail in Slovenia, but then all of a sudden, the Slovenian mountain trail popped up on my feed, and I went, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
and it looks fabulous. It looks fabulous. Yeah. It has a little bit of a via ferrata on it where you hook into the cable. If I don't think you have to hook in. You can use it to assist you in certain areas, but you could hook in for safety. That'll be really fun. It's tough. It's rated as difficult. I think it'll be really challenging and beautiful. In 2011, Annette and I did a bike trip in Austria, and when we were coming back on the train going to the airport, some guy, remember that guy asked what we were doing, and then he said he'd been hiking in Slovenia and that we really should go to Slovenia. So I made a little mental note. I've been making a plan ever since 12 years ago. So I'm excited to go to Slovenia. So anyway, we got that book, and we're going to start planning that, and then probably do some caminos, maybe the one in Spain and the one in Portugal. A little bit of time in Croatia. That's kind of what we're thinking. So that's what we're doing, guys.
Which are really big plans.
Big plans.
Big plans.
I'm excited. Can't wait. I'm feeling good. Just trying to trying to train. So we feel good.
Yeah.
So anyway, happy holidays to everybody.
Yeah, very happy holidays.
We had a fabulous 2022. It was some rough parts and some really great ones.
Really good parts and really hard parts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
God. So anyway, we're excited about 2023. We're going to make it awesome. All right. It's kind of blowing out here. We'll talk later. All right, bye.
Bye.
Here we are at Boggs Lookout. If I blow it up, you can see Pikes Peak way over there. Here we are overlooking Lake Pueblo State Park, Pueblo Reservoir. So beautiful, so awesome. Kind of goes back in this cove over here. Hey everybody, I'm here by myself. I'm sitting out here in the Airstream. It's freezing cold, below zero. We're in this Arctic blast and it's supposed to be, it was below zero this morning and it's high today of 5. And it's supposed to be like 13 below zero tonight and in the morning. The wind chills are like 40 below. Anyway, Annette is gone. She went to Vail with Susie and Sally, so she'll be back Christmas Eve and Christmas. So I'm just here at my parents' still. My dad's doing fabulous and pretty much back to being independent, so it's all good. So anyway, I wanted to show you, we were talking about planning the trip, so I was going to show you kind of what I do when I start planning a trip. So we're going to do the Arizona Trail. So I have the Arizona Trail guidebook. I also use, the Far Out app. You can use any of that, or I use all of it. But basically what I do is I read a lot and just kind of research a lot that way. But when I start kind of planning what we need to do, I do Annette and I aren't real rigid with a plan, but I do a structure just so we kind of know what we're doing. So what I do, it doesn't even take me very long to do it. But I go through and find, I get the miles, so I write everything. So I have like a little tablet, and I write from, like if we start at the southern terminus to the first town. And I write that southern terminus to Patagonia, Arizona. And it's 51 miles, so I get the miles. So I just kind of write it like this. I write where we're going, and then I put the 51 miles. And then what I do, and the only reason why I'm writing it out and I kind of do this is because I'm trying to figure out how much food we'll need each week and kind of where we're going to be, just in case we need to communicate with people on where we're at what point. So what I do is I take the mileage between resupply and I divide it by 15, and that's our days of food. And that is a formula that has worked for us all the way through all of the trips. We usually do more than 15 miles. Sometimes we do less. If we're walking out, or if it's, we start later in the day and we walk in, we might not get 15 miles. But 15 miles is a good kind of a place to start when we're planning our food. So like on this one, I have 51 miles. I have us 4 days at 15 miles, so 4 days of food. And if we make it out in 3.5, then that's okay. We have a little extra food. So that's kind of what I do with that. And then I also, so I go through and do all of that. I'll write little notes, because sometimes in between, like Tucson to Oracle, in between there's a couple of like places to stop. There's Summer Haven and there's the Hijinks Ranch. And so you might not get groceries or resupply there, but you could pick up snacks or meals or stuff like that. So I kind of have notes, and then I just end up taking a picture of this and just having it on my phone. And then really each week, when we complete a week, we kind of go back and you can use the Far Out app and kind of see how many miles you have. I mean, we just kind of plan it as we go. But that's kind of what we do for food. And then I just kind of use a calendar like this, and I just write where we're going to be when. So we start March 1st, and then the first section is 4 days, so I'll just count it out. And that way I have kind of a picture of where we're going to be. So, if Mary Poppins wants to join us, I can kind of estimate where we're going to be. If people are kind of going to plan on helping us, or our friend Teresa might join us at the end of this Arizona Trail hike, so I can kind of estimate where we're going to be when. I'm going to try to get a campground in the Grand Canyon, because I'd like to camp in the Grand Canyon one night. But you have to kind of plan that in advance. At 4 months before your trip, you have to kind of apply to get that. So I don't know if we're going to or not. So we might have to kind of wing that and just maybe do the whole rim to rim in one day. But I'd like to camp down there, so I'm kind of looking at that. But anyway, that's kind of, so we kind of set this structure, very basic. It takes me like an hour to do that. I just kind of go through, look at the mileage, kind of plan out how much food we need, how many days it's going to take. I get an estimate about when we're going to be done, and then we just kind of go from there. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. And then we'll just start making, have to make a plan on how to get there and how to get down to the trailhead and to start. I think we're going to drive our truck and stay at park it at Mary Poppins in Flagstaff, and then try to get from Flagstaff down to the border. So we got to work that out, and then at the end, kind of work logistics out there. But I'm excited. It's going to be fun, and I love planning. It's kind of fun. I'm going to use the exact same equipment. I don't think there's anything new. We're getting stuff repaired, but I think we're just going to use the same stuff. And the Arizona Trail is supposed to be pretty tough, so we're just going to take our time, try to take care of ourselves as we go along and enjoy it. I put a lot of days off. I kind of estimate days off every week, or 10 days we take a day off, and so I kind of estimate that. So anyway, that's kind of what we're planning. And then I got this book for the Slovene mountain trail we were telling you about. And this is a really good resource. I'm just now kind of starting it, but this is a couple who had hiked this. And on this trail, there's no wild camping. You stay in these mountain huts. And so they did this trail in 45 days. We're going to try to do it in 35. So I'm going to use a lot of what they've done, and then kind of changing in certain parts of it. Maybe the easier sections do a little bit more miles, but some of these sections are really difficult. And but this is a trip you want to just enjoy too. So you're walking from hut to hut all along that route. So this is really cool, and this is fun too. And I got my Slovenia map, and we have the map of Europe. I just love maps. So I'm just sitting here planning. It's a cold day, it's too cold to kind of get out, so I'm just doing a lot of the planning. So excited. Okay, you guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I mean, really, we just kind of set a structure, but we change it all the. I mean, it's just an outline, and then we like to just be flexible and let things unfold. It just really kind of helps us to know how much food to carry and kind of go from there. But all right, check in later.